Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. WPC Ace Week 4 is now officially underway, and we continue with yet another best of two. This one will be between Rising Stars as well as Vici Gaming. The draft for Game 1 has just begun, but before we get into that, wanted to take a look at the standings. Is that still possible, Mr. Kawa? Or okay, it is. You guys can get a sneak peek at the draft right now. Vici Gaming, they've been playing a lot of CK Wisp, often on the Radiant side, but yeah, we will look at the standings here. Both of these teams pretty much in the middle of the pack. Rising Stars 6-6, Vici Gaming 7-5. I think when it comes to points, they might be slightly different, but it's still early enough in the season where ultimately you just need to get as many full wins as you can. So for Vici Gaming, this will be important to try and 2-0 Rising Stars. And, well, the storyline for this match, we can now hop into the draft, is going to be a pretty exciting one. It's CTY up against his old team, up against Vici Gaming. They kicked him out. They moved on. They let him go. CTY looking for some revenge. Vici Gaming, only Fenrir and FY remaining from that original roster, but, well, nonetheless, I'm very excited to see what they bring to the table. It's definitely going to be a battle. I feel like an emotional game for him in some ways. So, with that being said, Winter will be joining me for the cast. He is currently finishing up his dinner, so have no fear. You will have a co-caster for this one, but for now, we can go over the draft quickly. The first pick went to Vici, and as I was saying, they love to go for the CK Wisp, especially on the Radiant side. FY is really reliable on the mid pulls, so expect that to be a dual lane mid. FY on the Wisp, the CK most likely going to 2-2. We'll wait and see how the rest of the game develops, but Rising Stars, after that first pick, EO responded with a Troll and a Chen, which is a strong pushing composition. Also, Troll on paper is quite good against CK, because even if he gets a BKB, you can still use your whirling axes, and all of his illusions are going to have that 60% chance to miss. Now, in practice, if you get Reality Rifted into Tether, and then insta-stunned and gibbed from full HP, you might not be as effective. But for Rising Stars, starting with the Troll and a Chen, we'll have to see where they go from here. I guess the real knock I've had on Rising Stars, just observing them, and to some extent it is true of Vici Gaming as well, is they're not really consistent. Rising Stars, we've seen a few games where we actually, CTY got a CTY hero mid, like a snowball hero who can just dominate the lane. He won his 1v1, and then he rolled from there. But there's been other games where they put him on a tempo controller who doesn't use farm well, like a sort of a hero that, you know, we wouldn't see Mushi play if you go back 6 months or so. And he's really struggled in those situations, so I'm curious to see if it is going to be a troll mid for him, and if so, if he can deal with this CK Wisp, because frankly, that's a tough lane. It's one thing to say that the hero's good against them maybe in team fights in the mid game, but if you're stuck against them as a dual lane, that's pretty tough. So as for Rising Stars now, they have their Chen picked up, and we'll have to see where they go from here. QQQ going to be handling that. The Clockwork comes out for King J. Great hero against CK Wisp. Cogs are very disruptive, tanky enough to get them off in almost every fight, and also just a solid offlaner for them. Gives them that initiator, gives them a good tempo controller in the offlane. So it's also just been one of King J's more successful heroes as of late. As for Vici Gaming, CK Wisp most likely going mid. RTK not going to be on his kind of signature Elder Titan. We could see Nature's Prophet, goes well with the EO Chaos Knight. Is a little bit vulnerable to just having his safe lane pushed early, or the off lane pushed early. Prophet doesn't do that much to stop the push, but ultimately, a Prophet pick wouldn't be as effective this game, because you can't really shut down a Chen the way that you can shut down those pull camps for support, just because there's so many more camps Chen can farm, and many of them are just too far away from that offlane. But they could still go Prophet, throw him in the offlane, or just even into the jungle. Would give them a good ganking lineup. And with that being said, I hear Winter. Winter, are you with me?
Yeah, sorry. I didn't even have time to do my dishes.
Look at this. The dedication and sacrifice from Winter. Not even doing his dishes. Your mom is going to be very unhappy with you.
Yeah, she's gonna kill me later.
She's going to strangle you. Hopefully there's no strangling.
I see with CK now.
Yeah, Vici Gaming have been doing this like every game on the Radiant side. FY's Wisp is quite impressive. I think he's the best Wisp in China right now, I would say.
I think Dai plays suspended Wisp as well.
Yeah, Dai's been really playing well too. And I guess that's the thing that I love about this Vici Gaming team is you have some veterans like ROTK and Super, but you also have these two superstar supports in Fenrir and FY, who to me are, if you remove all the, like, you know, proven support pairs like Ake and EGM, or Kuroki and Puppy, or Extincted Net, if you remove those, I would say like FY and Fenrir are the best up-and-coming supports as a pair. So I'm excited to see more of them, and They go for a Darkseer here, Winter. So Vici Gaming, a hero that we don't see that often, but ROTK, well, let's see what he's going to do on this one.
Darkseer is particularly good if the enemy team has something like a clockwork to initiate in, and you have something to counter-initiate the clockwork when he comes in.
Yeah, he's a good counter-initiator, and I guess the question is, like, are they going to just throw him in the jungle here? Because he could start off lane. I think it depends on who Rising Stars are going to put mid, but they have the Troll, which can go mid for CTY. I feel like he's pretty vulnerable still to CK Wisp. Even with the missed chance from Axes, it's still a tough lane.
Reserve time.
Yeah, most of the teams have been starting the Troll wall up with a poor man shield when he goes solo mid. He's really very strong in the mid lane, 1 versus 1 against most of the heroes.
But against CK Wisp, I guess the question is, will he be as effective?
Radiant team
I think he can use his melee and range form to dodge the CK stun, if I'm not mistaken.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, you can change form and dodge the spell. I think it works in Dota 1. I don't know if it still works here. It should work here. Because I remember Alchemist's ultimate, you can use it to dodge stuns.
Well, you can use that with, like, Lone Druid's ult as well, but I'm not sure if it applies to Trolls. Even if it does, though, it's not really going to help you against Reality Rift, because you're still going to get Tether Stun regardless, so...
yeah,
we'll have to wait and see. And normally they do like to start with the Reality Rift here. As for Rising Stars, they go back for a Rubik, so could even see an early dual roam strategy from them. Somewhat passive supports, unless they want to be going for a lot of smoke ganks, but they're a bit lacking on damage, I feel. And now Vici Gaming, they add a lot of damage to the lineup. They pick up a Gyrocopter. We've seen Vici Gaming quite often, they'll just get like a little bit greedy and even just run a jungler, a solo safe lane, a dual lane mid, and then an off laner. So we'll have to see if they look to do that here again.
Yeah, they have a lot of AoE bursts right now. The Darkseer plus the Gyrocopter. And with CK providing them with the mobility and map control, the Gyrocopter will have a lot of space to farm the map.
Chat is telling me that you cannot dodge because there's no transformation time anymore. So
I see. Okay.
I think we may stand corrected here, Winter. Only this once, though. The chat is wrong 99.9% of the time, but this time we'll give them a bone.
10 seconds remaining.
Earthshaker now banned out by Rising Stars, a very good counter pusher and just general like stalling hero. So as for Vici, I mean, I expect the dual lane mid, but they could even run like a Darkseer mid or Gyro and a Gyro safe lane and go aggressive if they want to, I guess. And I mean, we've seen Alliance have success with the CK.
But I think the most greedy way to play it is to have the CK Wisp in the solo mid, and then you put your Darkseer jungling, and then you have one supporter supporting the Gyro in the safe lane. That way you get more from the whole map.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. Rising Stars go Shadow Fiend here. So this pretty much puts the Troll mid. Shadow Fiend safe lane. Against Darkseer actually does quite well.
I think Shadow Fiend, if they have the Shadow Fiend in the safe lane, but Darkseer could probably go up to the lane and challenge the top lane at the start because they don't really have enough damage to kill him at level 1
Yeah, they can't really stop him from getting level 2, getting Surge, but we've seen this matchup before, and I think it was actually CTY playing the Shadow Fiend in the safe lane where maybe it was CTY. Or maybe it's Sylar, but one Chinese character played, and he just solo killed the Darkseer. So it's definitely a matchup that Shadow Fiend can win once he gets his level 3 raise, once he hits level 5.
Sylar is on Shadow Fiend. I haven't seen that.
Sylar Shadow Fiend. Okay, so CTY mid on the Troll, King J on the Clockwork. No surprises here. QQQ will be playing the jungle Chen. As for Vici, we do expect the dual lane mid, CK Wisp, and... Oh, I'm sorry, I said 2-2 plays the Chaos Knight, but it is Super, I guess, so my bad. But yeah, 2-2 going to be safe lane Gyro, off lane or jungle Darkseer for RTK, and Fenrir on the Crystal Main. So it looks to me, Winter, like neither team is going to go aggressive. Both teams will just be content farming and being greedy in the laning stage.
Yeah, if you want to go aggressive, it's not so good if you have a safe lane Darkseer soloing. Doesn't really give your team a lot from that. It's not worth the lane. And I think they're going to just run the Darkseer jungling so that if he jungles nearby the middle lane, when the CK Wisp decide to engage on the enemy hero, he can just pop out and pop a Iron Shell on the CK before he goes in.
And that gives them a lot of reliable damage against the Troll Warlord, who is starting with a poor man shield. Not going to help him too much in this lane, though. I mean, there's just a lot of magical damage between Chaos Bolt, the Ion Shell, and the Wisp Tether. The Wisp Balls. Once you get some levels, I don't know how much difference the poor man shield's actually going to make.
I think it still helps quite a bit. CK and Wisp still has a lot of right click to do to kill him.
That's true. We'll see. With the Ion Shell, it might make up for it. So
Yeah.
For Vici Gaming now, they'll clear off some trees, and they are going to be doing the dual lane mid. Rising Stars should definitely expect this, because this has to be like the 5th or 6th time I've
Yeah.
seen Vici do this.
They're probably gonna leave it for the Darkseer so that he can pull 2 camps at once.
Yeah, I guess that is the... Well, he may actually just be over on the other side of the jungle, it looks like.
30 seconds.
I'm not sure.
They pulled him 1 set of tangos.
He may start in the off lane here, RTK, and at least show his face and try and draw the supports to the lane instead of letting them do stacks and pulls freely. And it looks like he is going to head top for now.
Yeah.
But introducing the teams, on the on the Dire side, we have Team Rising Stars. They are, well, their star has been a bit ill-fated, I feel, as of late, but they've got the veteran QQQ. He'll be playing the Chen. You have XDD on the Rubik. That puts Sylar kicked out of LGD or unhappy and no longer with them. This is in some ways a team of misfits and even rejects, I would say. As good as they all are, they just did not fit with their old team. CTY, he's up against his old teammates, Fenrir and FY, out for revenge, I'm sure, on that solo mid-troll. And then your offlaner, King J on the Clockwork.
And for the Radiant side, we have Team Vici Gaming, ROTK, the captain and the drafter, Darkseer on the off lane. So mid lane we have Super on the CK, supported by the Wisp by FY. And we have Fenrir on the Crystal Maiden. And lastly, we have 2-2 on the carry Gyrocopter.
Yeah, FY actually pulling the creeps quite... Oh, he's going to try and draw the aggro back again, and... No, don't think he's going to get the tether off here, so...
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get it.
Yeah, I think he accidentally attacked them early there and didn't really mean to, because he kind of...
It's actually easier to pull this camp because the creeps have more movement speed with the aura, the speed aura.
Well, he's going to try and stack them now. He'll be successful on the stack, so...
Oh.
This time around should really be able to do it. But while he's busy trying to do this, CTY is going to have a great time in the mid lane.
And Clockwork's actually, he realized that there's 2 heroes in middle, so he's running out playing more aggressive to try and take more levels. He's already level 2.
And that is the one downside to dual lady mid, is it's a lot harder for the enemy team to punish you, especially something like a Crystal Maiden actually getting stomped, the snipe unsuccessful, but does cause Fenrir to miss the last hit. FY, he's normally flawless with these pulls, Winter, but it looks like he's missed quite a few, and as a result, Super is just having a horrible time in this mid lane. This one...
he took a lot. He took a lot of damage when the troll used his whirling axes when he was last hitting.
And because the lane is pushing, the creeps are already getting aggro from the enemy creeps on the Dire side, so I don't know if he's even going to be able to get off these pulls, but I guess the thing is Darkseer can always come in and farm these, so even if FY doesn't get them himself, the team will get them later on.
But the main thing is with the Wisp not gaining as much as level as he wanted, it'll take a longer time for them to be able to kill the troll.
Yeah, and I'm just very surprised because I have never seen FY. There, tethers in. This time he got the pull. It's going to just deny a lot of creeps, I imagine, with a triple stack already there, but
yeah.
Nonetheless, we'll get some
I
experience.
think the troll... Oh, he got a bottle. I was thinking that probably it's much better for him to start with a start with the boots against this lane.
Well, he's actually going to come in and try and steal this pull, and
Wow,
CTY, one Whirling Axes, can easily take this down. He throws them out. He's going to clean up a majority of the creeps and retreat out.
He took 3 of the creeps.
Yeah. And as a result, FY, 2.5 minutes in, we've seen him like level 3 at this point, going for kills, but it's in fact CTY who's off to a great start. This dual lane mid is not doing much to him so far. But they do have a level 4 Chaos Knight Winter, and as a result, I feel like we could see CTY going down.
Yeah, and not to mention that Darkseer is still level 1, ROTK is still level 1, but King J is level 3 already.
Yeah, and they have a Chen jungling for Rising Stars. QQQ, we haven't talked much about him, but he's got a smoke and he's heading towards top. They may look to go for an early gank here. XDD, teleport
he
scroll.
popped his smoke. He just popped his smoke. They're gonna push the lane.
Going for the mid pull again. FY once again off the mark. Just unable. He's been... I think I jinxed him, Winter, because every time I've cast him, he's been on the money. And the smoke does pop, as you mentioned, in QQQ.
QQQ is in position to get ROTK.
He is going to hit level 2 now, but even so, a well-timed Troll Trap could spell his doom. The smoke dispelled. It's just not at the right timing, though. Even with this net, it's not going to get a kill. Bit of miscommunication there, and XDD tanking the tower, taking a lot of damage. Salved up the rocket. Comes in, but won't do too much there.
I think the Chen needed to wait a bit longer before he went in there.
Yeah, he needed to wait for the Ruby to get closer and for the wave to push, but he got revealed by RTK. Like, should have been sitting more back here instead of over here. So Winter overall... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think it was still okay. They're still going to get a tower.
They'll get the tier 1. I guess the question is, can they actually force the tier 2? Because if not, they've given ROTK. He wasn't getting experience. All of a sudden, he'll be getting a lot off of this.
Yeah. And the troll has so much last.
Meanwhile, mid lane, they've gone in on CTY. It's a 4-second stun, but the poor man shield making a decent difference, as well as the fact that FY is level 2. CTY looking for revenge on his former team. He gets some help now from the Rubik. In comes the Rubik. They get one. It's going to be a double kill. CTY showing off and punishing his former teammates. I think he's a little angry, Winter.
Shield didn't help him.
Well, also the Wisp being level 2 there. If Wisp is level 3 there, they easily get that kill.
Yeah, if the Wisp was level 3, the Spirits would be level 2 and the troll wouldn't have survived that.
Yeah, and missing those couple of those pulls, and C2 also stealing the pull really cost them. So they just dual lane mid, Winter, and they just lost the lane. Basically to a troll by himself.
Yeah, the troll even had like, even from the start was bullying the CK.
Yeah, and normally when we see FY in this lane, he'll go to a pull, but then he'll come right back and they'll start harassing and zoning the enemy here out of the lane. But because he's been messing up these pulls, he hasn't been in the lane. So if you leave Chaos Knight 1-on-1 against Troll, he is going to get crushed. And he's farming okay, 18 CS, but he took a lot more harassment.
Yeah, Troll has 25 CS, 1 versus 2. That's very bad.
And remember, they're jungling a Chen, QQQ. He already rotated top, took down tier 1. They're free farming a Shadow Fiend. And the offlane Clockwork is doing magnificently. Level 4 on King J. RTK is catching up, but he's still a bit
has
behind.
same last hits as the Darkseer, as a Clockwork.
Yeah, that should not happen. Not ideal, at least. And Fenrir just has not been able to keep the wave pulled back as much as he would like. So, overall, it's a huge lead for Rising Stars. A 3,000 gold lead, a 2,000 experience lead. And they gave away Vici Gaming's like bread and butter, which has been the CK Wisp as of late. They must be feeling confident.
I think there's also one reason that Rising Stars will control the early game more, because they have more pushing power with the Chen, and Vici Gaming doesn't have something to push down the safe lane tower, the tier 1 tower. They're going to go on King J at bottom.
They'll tether it at the same time, maybe looking to go, but no, unsuccessful. So we rotate to the bottom lane. There's a call down. The barrage coming up, but the creeps are not cooperating. Won't matter. Now they do go in on mid, and Super, there's a cast bolt as well. 3-second stun, looking for a tether stun. They'll get it on XDD. He has no chance. CTY, he goes to get the rune while his Rubik's getting feasted upon. This did force an RTK rotation, but they strike back, Vici Gaming. All of a sudden, 2 kills, and they're going in again on CTY. He does get off the whirling axes. It's enough to drive them back, but if they go in one more time and he sticks around, he could be in trouble. No, bottle charges, never mind that, and 7 stick charges. He's absolutely fine. The Rubik not so lucky.
I think if they go one more time, they're going to go.
Yeah, this is really far to dive though. Like, Chen could already be level 6 if he got lucky with the creep pattern, which he's only level 5 now, but diving that would be a bit aggressive.
He wasn't using the AOI 2000 farming pattern.
Well, I don't think he's got. I haven't seen him with a single wildkin. Maybe I missed it, but you need to have some luck as well as skill to pull that off.
That's true. If you spawn all mud golems, say sorry so long to your experience.
Fucking mud golems, Winter. I'll tell you. Here comes.
I hate the mud golems too.
Everybody hates the mud golems. Mid lane though, Super. It looks like they want to move in for potentially a tethered gank, but they're going to be punished from the backside. XDD comes in, the axes come out, 1 down. This could be a double, and it is in fact CTY on a killing streak. QQQ hitting level 6. He's almost got a mech. We're barely 8 minutes in. Sylar treads up, 1,400 gold up, and they're dewarding. Vici Gaming just getting manhandled by Rising Stars.
1 versus 2, 1 rage 2.
This is just not right. They'll go in mid again with a Wisp tether onto the creeps. They'll try to draw the aggro back, but the damage is done. And like you said, Winter, this is a very strong pushing composition. The tower falls, and that's pretty much your mech for QQQ.
Bottom lane.
Now they're diving. It's a hook back in, but King J taking a lot of damage from Rocket Barrage, even with the Hand of God. Will go down. They will rotate CTY in. Will kill off the Crystal Maiden. That's 4 kills. 8 minutes in, and he ain't done yet. Okay. Yes, he is. And then meanwhile, top lane, they do go on to the Shadow Fiend. Sylar caught out. It's a 4-second stun, and with the Hand of God already having been used, he will die. Would have died anyway with the Darkseer there. So blood is being spilt all around the map.
That was really unnecessary for Sylar to be farming that far up. I don't think he should have been there.
He's
there
a
was
Shadow
no
Fiend.
vision as well.
You can just stack the jungle.
They didn't have a ward in front of the tower.
Yeah, and they didn't have a ward like you pointed out, and he's a Shadow Fiend. He's level 7, I believe, and level 8 can just go farm the jungle.
Yeah.
No,
If
a little bit greedy.
CTY didn't have such a good start, they would be in a lot of trouble right now.
Yeah, and the good news is because he had a good start, he shut down probably the most important hero on this team, which is the Wisp. At least for now. Like, RTK is level 6, but...
I think you could say the Wisp shut down himself because he failed the pulls.
That's one way of looking at it, Winter. That's for sure. But it looks like Sylar will be going for a BKB build, and this is a really good game to have a BKB.
Is under attack.
I mean, ultimately, if he gets that off, Vici Gaming have no damage, really. Well, not no damage, but
going for
very
BKB
little.
as a first item, usually it's not really what you want as a safe lane carry.
It's not, but I feel like he doesn't have to do all the work because they have this fat troll. So just having
Yeah,
Shadow
true.
Fiend in the fight, well, we'll see. Could be enough. They smoke up with XDD and QQQ. Already level 7, the mech already complete as mentioned. And they'll head towards the bottom lane. No boots yet, but we'll see if Vici Gaming are actually prepared for this one. There is still no level 6 on FY. He's only 5. He'll need like a good minute or two to get 6.
They're going to lose the fight if they fight with the Chen mech, and his Hand of God is up in 25 seconds. He just has enough mana for a mech and a Hand of God.
Yeah, forget about all the AoE of Vici Gaming. Actually fighting into this is incredibly difficult.
King
In
J's
comes
going in.
KJ, he throws in the rocket. He's got a level 1 hookshot. Not yet firing it. XDD marching forward
gonna
as
die.
well. He slowed down a bit, but now the hook comes in. It catches out the Chaos Knight. Super isolated. No Wisp bailout for him. The Wisp does come, but the Shadow Fiend comes in from the sidelines. The cooldown just not doing enough. Too much heal. Too much AoE from Rising Stars, and Vici dropping 3. Just a perfect timing push from Rising Stars, and they'll be taking a tier 1, and perhaps even more.
That was a very well taken fight. They knew that with the mech on the Chen and his ultimate, there was no way that Vici could have won the fight. They had the superior team fight.
Yeah, that was a perfect cooldown, as you pointed out. Cooldown hit like 4 people, but
The cooldown hit 4 heroes.
didn't matter. Everyone's at full health on Rising Stars.
And Chen didn't even use his ultimate, he just used the mech charge.
Yeah, too much healing. I thought he actually used Hand of God, just because I looked at them like, wait, this cooldown's hitting everyone. And then all of a sudden they're all full health. It was just the mech and magic sticks.
It's not only the cooldown, it's the CM ultimate as well.
I don't know how long Fenrir got that off, though. He seemed to die pretty
Dire's
fast.
middle tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
But
Yeah.
still, they did a lot of damage, but one mech.
And they're gonna get more big items soon. Like, sure, BKB, as you mentioned, is not really. It's not really a good snowball item for a safe lane carry, but still, you get a double BKB on the 2 cores for Rising Stars, and I don't really see Vici Gaming taking any
And
fights.
he's very worried. Most of the carry players are very worried about when enemy has a Wisp. You just want to get BKB so that you are not afraid of the ganks.
Yeah, if they do relocate, you can just BKB and TP out, and that allows them to split push.
They're gonna get this Roshan fairly easily.
Fairly easily. Oh boy, look at that rush dismount. CTY kills it off, Sylar picks it up, and Rising Stars firing on all cylinders, leading Vici Gaming by 8,000 gold, 4,000 experience. This I did not see coming. If you asked me who was going to win this series, I would have said overall Vici Gaming. They're not without their flaws, but I would have said 2-0 and pretty convincingly. This I did not see.
Could you say that the MVP for the first 12 minutes is CTY?
Yeah, CTY is the MVP, and I think FY is the GOAT of this game. I'm a huge fan of him, but he's got to be the GOAT after missing all those polls.
Yeah, you mess up
Dire's
sometimes,
top
and
tower
it was a
is
really
under
bad timing
attack.
to mess up. He messed up like 3 pulls in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're right. That's something we saw out of WPC Team A, I believe. Yeah, it was WPC Team A, which is the amateur team. Like, it didn't. It doesn't surprise you when they do it, but when Rising
FY
Stars
is
does.
the China 1v1 champion.
Yeah, when
He's
this
not gonna
happens
miss a
in
pull.
Rising Stars versus Vici, you expect better from FY. And that's right. He actually beat CTY 1v1 mid. Although, that was like kind of a weird 1v1. It was just like a whoever can just get more sustain items and never leave the lane.
Yeah, it doesn't really reflect on 1v1.
Yeah, it was more like a war of attrition than it was a true fight and test of wills, I feel.
Yeah, I prefer the TI3
Radiant's
format.
top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
I like that a lot better. Like, having some interesting heroes. I still remember that Mushi versus Ice 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 game with the Timber Saw. Oh man, he played it so well.
Planeswalker Cloak.
Yeah, that was not the best item versus the Timber Saw. And then Ice 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 killed Mushi while he was invis at the end. That was brilliant.
Yeah, he did. It was a blind, I think blind Chakram and Tiber Chain.
If you're just joining us, its score is now 8-4, 13 minutes in. Vici Gaming getting crushed. There's an Aegis up on Rising Stars. The main thing they are waiting for is their double BKB, which is coming soon. And once they have that, Winter, I imagine we'll see them start really forcing fights.
The Shadow Blade will do more for Syra. Because if you look at the map now, they have successfully opened up the whole map. They took down 3 tier 1 towers, and this is the perfect time for the carry to have a Shadow Blade to find pickoffs. And not only that, since you're winning and you're pressuring the enemy team, you force the enemy supposed to buy more sentries just for you.
Yeah, and I guess the other issue is, I think he died top, and he just looked and I was like, man, I melted, and I don't want to die again. So it's like almost a rage BKB, I feel.
Yeah, but I still felt he was still in a good position to get the Shadow Blade as his first item.
Yeah, he was really greedy farming where he was, so. Either way, Vici Gaming smoked up.
He was greedy farming LD, but not greedy with his item selection. Doesn't fit.
That's the thing, is he was greedy with his play, so now he's gone very safe with his items, which is kind of backwards.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd rather be safe with your play and then go greedy with your items. Here we are.
I'm sure Black would have gone Midas Shadow Blade.
Midas Shadowblade Shadow Fiend, next level build. You've just spent, what is that, like 5,000 gold on 2 items that don't help you survive at all. Oh boy. He does have an Aegis as well, which is the other thing, so. Now he has a BKB and an Aegis, can only use it once, Rising Stars. They're going to take their turn to smoke up. Vici Gaming, unsuccessful, will be retreating.
But something came to my mind, LD. I think BKB is the most purchased item on Sylar.
Is it really?
Maybe.
I don't think so. I think
know
like Battle Fury is, from all his
I know
anti-mage.
he likes to get BKB on his anti-mage a lot.
Yeah, more than some other hero or players, but I don't know, Winter. I don't think you can say it's the signature item of a farming carry like Sylar. He ain't no Havost.
Havos doesn't like BKB, man.
Yeah, but he likes items that let him fight, which is like a BKB.
Shadow Blade still allows you to fight. Sneaky.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
Guerrilla warfare.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
We'll see. For now, they pop the troll out, and they really begin to go to work. And I love the way that Rising Stars drafted this lineup, because I've seen a lot of teams, like WPCA and Hearts Get Together even, they'll pick a troll, but then they don't pick another physical damage dealer. Like, they'll pick troll, and then their offlaner will be like a Timbersaw, and they'll have like a mid, I don't know, Clockwork or something.
You have to be able to utilize his ultimate as when there's a secondary carry.
Yeah, and it works so well with Shadow Fiend, because Shadow Fiend gets massive additional damage, and all he really needs is just to survive and attack speed. He has insane DPS now when that troll ult's active.
Yeah, not to mention that SF is naturally doesn't have a really good attack speed. He benefits from the ultimate of Troll so much.
Yeah, his agility gain is actually pretty bad for compared to a lot of
mediocre.
Yeah. Compared to other sort of DPS heroes, but he makes up for it with the troll ult. That's for damn sure. Here comes Rising Stars pushing through the middle lane. Vici Gaming trying to defend and split push for now, but they just split push so slowly.
They have to split push. They can't fight. This is a time where Rising Stars lineup will be the boss of the game. They'll control the tempo.
They will mech up, and Sylar confidently will TP top. Vici know there's just not much of a chance they can go on him. They'll tether up. They'll TP away to safety. FY going to TP out as well. And while this is happening, with the Aegis about to expire in around a minute, we'll see Rising Stars group up, head towards top, and they'll be looking for their third tier 2 of the game. Only 17 minutes in.
I have a feeling VG won't be able to get even 1 tower.
They just don't split push well. That's their problem.
Yeah. Their lineup sort of needs something like a Nature's Prophet instead of a Darkseer, maybe.
I thought they were going to go Nature's Prophet. It's one of RTK's signature heroes. They already had the CK Wisp mid. It seemed like the perfect fit.
Yeah, they wanted more team fight because Darkseer and CK together synergizes really well.
Yeah, but you're right. It's just they haven't gotten to team fight, and I don't think they can now.
But sometimes you have to have a balanced draft. You can't have all team fight. You have to have a bit of speed push, a bit of this, a bit of that.
Yeah, you got to mix it up, and they have not mixed it up. So now Rising Stars grouping up, heading through the river, and Vici Gaming they're hanging on for now.
He doesn't have a TP. He might get hooked here.
2-2. He has his BKB now. He just bought it. They can relocate him to safety.
Oh, the troll is blocking the clockwork.
FY might he's like perfectly blocking him. What is CTY doing? He Clockwork moved this way. CTY moves this way. Clockwork goes that way. CTY goes that way. It's like is he being paid off by Vici here?
King J must have been really mad there. He was like, I'm going right, you go away. Then he goes right. Then he goes left. Then he goes left too.
Is,
oh my god.
is CTY being paid off here, you think? Relocate
TP,
onto
relocate.
XDD, but there's a Chen here. They pull an XDD, they bring him down in a hurry. Hand of God comes out, he will still fall, but now a hook shot. Reinitiation, can they kill Super in time? I don't think so. He's going back if he needs to. The tether's still here, and it will bring him back to safety. And here comes CTY, too late to do much. They just gave up 1 for nothing. Now they're running through the wall, trying to fight. I don't think they can.
I think they could have killed the CK because QQQ didn't mech the Rubik just now. He only used his ulti on the Rubik.
The mech was the mech off cooldown?
No, he didn't mech the Rubik.
No, but was it on cooldown, I'm saying?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. It was
Available.
off cooldown.
Okay.
He could have used it.
Well, they're gonna fight 2-2 mid lane. They'll trap him to start, then a stomp to follow up, but he gets surged. He will retreat out. So, well, a bit of a miscue from QQQ then, I guess, but Rising Stars still, I think that they're still pretty comfortable with this game.
Yeah, they're still in a very good position. They can still farm for another 2 to 3 minutes and wait for the Roshan and go again high ground.
And this time there won't be any tier 2s. Vici Gaming won't be able to trade anymore. They're either gonna have to fight or give up racks. They can't
They don't have
split
to
push.
take any risks now. They can just be conservative and farm their jungle and farm everything. Go for the Roshan before they proceed any further.
Now there's a Yasha up on Sylar, and now he'll work towards a real damage item to go with that BKB. QQQ, gem picked up by XDD, will be looking to do a bit of dewarding. And, well, for Vici Gaming, fighting into Roche is going to be very difficult. They're going to be playing completely in the dark. And if they go for it, they're smoking in blind, which is like 8 to 9 times out of 10 a recipe for disaster, I would say.
Yeah, and I think that with the gem purchase, as soon as they deward everything, there's nothing. Vici players will be really afraid to try and speed push anywhere on the map.
Yeah, they're not going to vision. When they're split pushing, it's only going to be when they know where Rising Stars is, which is...
And you can't even BKB TP out if you can't see the clockwork on the map.
That's true. And there's only a BKB on the gyro right now. Still, your Chaos Knight very far away from it.
And if QQQ keeps his 2 Dark Troll summoners, there's always gonna be his Ensnare to stop the BKB TP.
I like this Alpha Wolf pickup by him. If he could keep that alive for the next push, oh boy. You look at Alpha Wolf, Troll Ultimate. Oh, meanwhile, top lane, it's Invisible King J. This
If
could
the
be...
spirits hit him.
They have no detection. There's no Invis heroes on Rising Stars, so... Well, the smoke is over. No retreat.
That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, very fortunate, I guess, if you're King J, but he hasn't really had many opportunities to initiate this game. It's like a very boring game to be a Clockwork, I feel.
Do it with flair.
Because of his teammate trolling him.
Sylar,
Only
or
opportunity.
CTY not cooperating, rather. CTY wants all the glory for himself, and he'll get some of it now. Medallion comes out on Roche. Rising Stars, 22 minutes in. This Roche, if you clock it, maybe takes 10 seconds to bring down. That's another Aegis for Sylar, up to 2,000 gold. And you gotta figure, Winter, now they really force the high ground.
They can still take their time for another 2 to 3 minutes. And finish up another item on Sylar.
There's only I mean, there is always a Darkseer, rather, for RTK, but I would say normally, I'd say Vici Gaming's lineup is amazing at defending high ground. It's such a good lineup to get an initiation. Very hard to fight into the congested choke point, but I don't know, Winter. This time around, even though you've got that choke point, does it really matter when there's double BKB on the course?
I feel the CK and Wish should be outside the map pushing right now instead of trying to defend here.
Yeah, try and draw Rising Stars back, or just have a backstab opportunity. Instead, they're going to show themselves. Super, no BKB, and now stolen from him was the Reality Rift. Not ideal. Not really what you want.
Chaos Bolt is what you want.
Rubik does not want to be pulling anybody towards himself with a gem and 800 HP.
He wants to be lifting, not pulling.
I think XD... Well, that's a form of lifting, but... I think XDD will be going for a new spell here in just a few moments. They could go on CTY. They throw out a stun and immediately stolen. No, he gets the homie missile. He didn't see the Chaos Knight. Oh, being stolen. Now they lift him up. They blow him up. Insta-gib. Never had a chance to do a thing. The double BKBs worked their magic and the high ground successfully breached Well, there's no BKBs now, though. Maybe this is an opportunity for Vici Gaming.
the
There's a buyback from the gyro. Here comes the team fight. Sylar. Requiem comes out. Razes come out, but he goes down. BKB 2-2, standing strong. Super will fall, however. King J, CTY, everybody for Rising Stars staying together. CTY, double death for him. QQQ gets a kill with Test of Faith with his dying breath. 2-2 after the double buyback from Vici Gaming, so make it really a 4-2. Now there's a double buyback from Rising Stars. They want to fight again. They're going to lift up Super, but they're afraid to go in this Chaos Knight. He ain't an easy kill, and now they think better of it. They retreat. The troll slow. Is he lagging? He's just standing there kind of eyeing Super, and will back off. And they're going again, Winter. That was 4 buybacks, 2 from each team. And here we go. Once more, under the breach. This time, Rising Stars, they don't have to fight against Glyph. They don't have to fight against the wall. Even the Gyrocopter ult is on cooldown. He can't buy back here. This is a hard round 2, but they go in on CTY. They try to finish him off. The mech's there. They turn it around. They kill the Chaos Knight. Rising Stars, 1 lane of Rex. Looking for more. In come the Rockets. Vici Gaming have spent a lot, and they have failed to defend this
The
base.
Rubik has the CK ultimate.
Radiant's
That's
middle
funny.
barracks has
I didn't even see it. Oh. There you go. Oh, man. What a chaotic fight that was. That was a mess, Winter. That was a big, big mess.
Yeah, Sylar didn't even really did a lot of damage. The troll did all the damage.
So Sylar bought back and still has a completed Manta style. That's pretty good CS. Or just farm in general, I guess.
He had like 2k gold plus during the push.
Yeah. Before the push started, and even after the
before
buyback,
push started.
he still has enough. As for CTY, he's up to 4k gold. And he didn't use his buyback, so now your BKB for Clockwork comes out, your Manta for the Shadow Fiend, and I guess the only question is, do Rising Stars want to wait for the next Roche, or do they just go high ground now?
What's your item for CTY now?
I think you go Butterfly here against the Chaos Knight Wisp Gyro.
I like to go the MJ build against illusion-based heroes.
MJ build?
Yeah,
What's that?
the Mjolnir build.
Oh, I thought you meant like Michael Jordan build. They're going to scout off Fenrir here. King J looking for a hook. Boy, you see a Crystal Maiden there. You're winning by this much, you go on that. He's just
Dire's
scared that
top
there's a
tower
counter
is under
initiation.
attack.
But I don't think he could have gotten a kill solo because look at the way he built his skill. His battery assault is only level 2.
Yeah, you're right. He's only level
Dire's top
9
tower
at 26
has fallen.
minutes, which is very underleveled.
He got such a good start earlier.
Yeah, he just hasn't seen much since then. They will force the teleport reaction. RTK back into the fray. A single lift could spell his doom. XDD will start with 2-2. But they don't have the follow-up stun to lock him down here, so they'll back off. And now CTY, he did purchase some. Is it a Desolator? No, it's a Satanic.
Now only the Dark Seers buyback for Vici Gaming.
Just the Darks here, the Rubik for Rising Stars. Neither team with a whole lot. But here comes your hookshot. They found RTK. He immediately tries to run. He gets off the Requiem, though. Does CTY, or Sylar rather, and they bring him low. They don't kill off the Darks here, though. Now your Reality Rift comes. They look to go back in to Chaos Knight Illusions. Not actually use that. That was the Rubik's. The Rubik's Fresh Phantasm. Made the Chaos Knight noise, though. And in the end,
Yeah,
nobody
he
dies.
He used the Phantasm and
I heard Phantasm, so I went to Chaos Knight. I'm like, alright, he's going in now. Nope.
Radiant's bottom tower
Definitely
is
not.
under attack.
Honestly, that's kind of disappointing if you're Rising Stars. Like, they hooked the ideal hero, the Darkseer, but RTK has that Force Staff, so it just gets out.
He built the right items to deal with the clockwork.
Yeah. And they don't have that much lockdown. Because
And CTY went for a Satanic. That wasn't what I expected.
yeah, I thought he would go maybe a Butterfly.
Damage. I thought he was going along the lines of damage so that he would be able to do a lot more for his team. But I guess he just wants to tank up in front so that the Shadow Fiend has a lot of time to deal damage.
Yeah, and ultimately Troll still does pit pretty hard. He's hitting for almost 200 a pop, and then you factor his ultimate in, the chance for additional damage from bashes. I mean, Troll may not have huge, like, pure DPS items, but he still hits pretty hard. And, I mean, ultimately, it's not like this Chaos Knight has much either.
CK might be in trouble. The Rubik has a dagger.
Link is there, and XDD way short of being on the mark. But it was a good effort. You know, the other thing is, I feel like if this Rubik actually steals Chaos Bolt, the fight's just going to be way easier for Rising Stars.
Yeah, I still think Chaos Bolt is better spell than Phantasm for him.
He didn't want to give it up, though. He used it, like, he
Yeah, he
stole it, he used it, and then he had it for 2 minutes and used it again.
It's not like his illusions had like 2k health or something.
Yeah. Does it pull them? Does it pull the hero into melee range or into ranged attack range? Do you know?
It's range. It's the same as your main hero.
Okay, so he's there. It doesn't actually put the Rubik right next
Yeah,
to them.
he's going to be the one that engages.
He blinks in, but XDD is a bit of an underwhelming blink. Iron Show is stolen, which is
pretty
okay.
useful for the clockwork and the troll.
Yeah, I still think you really want just to stun here. You have plenty of damage.
Yeah, it's either you get the call down or you get the CK stun.
Keep your eyes on RTK. He can't get caught. They lift him up. They throw him back into a hook shot. Into the right clicks. He's too late to force stab. ROTK down. Something stolen. Now he's got the cast fault. XDD does. Could really turn this fight around. They go on super. He pops his ultimate, but it's just not doing anything. There's your Requiem. There's your AoE. And 2-2 looking to duke it out. But a Crystal Maiden ult from Fenrir could turn the tides. In the end, CTY falls, Satanic and all. And now Sylar's on the run. He's got to retreat out.
CTY 5
Oh, that's a pretty great defense by them. What did they actually lose there?
LD, the CM got a full duration
Yeah,
ultimate.
that ult did a... Fenrir only got the 1 kill, but it did a lot of work. Everybody was low. Oh,
she was standing at a good position on the high ground where no one could hit her, and she got her ultimate off at.
Telling you,
quick
Winter,
timing.
these two young support players, Fenrir and FY, they're here to stay. I'm a fan. And Vici Gaming are trying to hang on for now. The missile gets deployed.
Fenrir is not as young as you thought.
Yeah, not young, I guess, but young in terms of at least playing competitively at the top level.
The Ruby has Chaos Bolt.
They'll jump in, they will pull CTY in, but he's got a BKB, it's about to pop. This could go the other way, the call down comes through. Massive AoE. King J does get the cogs off, trapping in 2-2. Sylar focuses him down, and it looks like Rising Stars just about ready to overwhelm Vici Gaming. This could be 2 lanes of racks, and it will be. And RRTK is forced to tap out. 30 minutes in, Vici takes it, or sorry, Rising Stars takes it, 17-8. And Steel Chaos Bolt. That really turned the game, Winter. That Rubik finally got it.
It took him like 30 minutes to steal Chaos Bolt, no problem.
Yeah, that was not ideal, but it was good enough. So, what do you think of Rising Stars overall? Do you think it was just CTY's individual play mid? Do you like their draft better? What went well for them?
I think they had the better draft as well, but it's also because you have to put some of the factor why CTY was so fat because of the risk that he pulled the creeps 3 times and he couldn't get it off.
Yeah,
And the CK
he missed them.
was in a,
Yeah, like 3 times in a row, and then ended up giving up a double kill, not even getting the first blood. That was brutal.
that was very bad for them.
So heading into game 2, anything you would like to see Vici do differently? Just play better, or do you want to see different heroes?
I think they had to play better. They just
Okay.
had to play better just now.
I can agree
Because
with
if they had the troll down to like probably half of what he had just now from the early 10 minutes, they wouldn't have such a bad time during the fights.
that. Yeah, completely agree. As for Rising Stars, well, if you give CTY a good start, you're going to do well. I think that's the key for them. Every game they've won, he's had a good game. So on that note, guys, we'll take a very quick break. We will come back with game number 2, Rising Stars versus Vici Gaming. Continues after this.